Modern medicine has delivered great miracles, keeping us alive even when we're very ill. But it means many of us experience long periods of physical dependency. Who'll care for us when we can't care for ourselves?
Swish, real good again.
It's our family members who step in to keep us comfortable. 1 out of every 6 Californians offers some form of caregiving, but it often comes at great emotional, physical, and financial cost. Eric Valor was 37 when he was diagnosed with a disease called ALS, which causes progressive muscle weakness. Now he needs 24-hour care, 7 days a week. His parents moved into a house to accommodate his disabilities, and they hired a fleet of caregivers to make sure he's clean, fed, and breathing safely.
Right there? It's okay. That's yours. Ready?
But the cost of these caregivers has been devastating, because neither private insurance nor Medicare covers his expenses. He spent down his life savings so he'd be poor enough to qualify for Medi-Cal. His family has donated much of their savings as well.
About $600,000, I would say. That's with the caregiving and everything, yeah. We were at the age where, it's time to retire, but then you realize you can't retire because you have this problem here, which is money. Eric's not the problem. It's the lack of money, to help take care of him and give him the good kind of life that he deserves and needs.
Like secret security.
Despite their struggles, his family is fiercely devoted to Eric and has created a schedule for around-the-clock caregiving. In his bedroom, they've suspended a special computer that reads Eric's eyes so that he can communicate with the outside world.
So I would like to see Medicare support for my type of condition where, if properly cared for, I can remain productive. I try not to think of negatives. It won't help, so I stay focused on surviving and thriving as best I can.
It's the MBA, Eric, checking to see how you're doing.
He's talking to him on his computer, just a minute.
Still alive. Still alive.
He says to tell you he's still alive. She says that's good.
I have been afforded the opportunity to spend some quality time with Eric, to always, if he does pass before I do, I will always be thankful for the fact that I've had every day to say goodbye, and he's been a blessing to our life.
One more, honey.
Well, John was a very charismatic kind of guy. He was kind of a happy character. I mean, a happy person to be around. He was always kind of bouncy. He's tall. He's good looking. He's just seemed to enjoy himself.
71-year-old Susan Myers is paying a different kind of price. She's weary and sometimes lonely. She's losing her beloved husband, John, who suffers from neurodegenerative disease. Almost 2/3 of all caregivers in California are women, and many of them, like Susan, care for older husbands. She does it because she knows he'll get the best care at home.
You awake?
No.
Getting sleepy?
Yep.
This is not a happy way to end our lives, is being sick, but it's a much happier way that if he were to spend his last days in a hospital or in a nursing home, At least he's here at home. I can't make it go away. I can't make it any better. I mean, I can't make him get better. He won't get better. But I can make his life as comfortable as it can be. Tell me when. Right there?
55 degrees, 53 in San Jose right now, with mostly clear skies. The mid and high level clouds will remain. A little bit of patchy fog out there will be burning off through the morning hours.
She misses the strong, confident partner who danced, sang, played golf and tennis. And she misses her old role as wife. Now her job is to help him.
Oftentimes his cognitive powers aren't as good. He doesn't really converse much. Even when I'm with him on the weekends, he doesn't have much to say. Even if I question him, he just can't concentrate that long. So it's lonely. Yeah, Scully, the captain that landed the plane in the Potomac, took a ride on one of the Blue Angels the other day. Do you read that or hear that? I'm there with him, and he knows that I'm there with him. But it is lonely, and I don't feel like a mate anymore. I'm his caregiver.
She's petite, only 90 pounds, and was exhausted by the job until hiring a daytime caregiver to give her a break. She's lost weight, fallen downstairs, and one night she suffered a panic attack when her heart started racing. Even then, she worried about John.
It wouldn't stop, and I just kept getting more and more anxious. And so I called my neighbor, and I said, "Come look after John. Something's happening. I'm going to have to call 911." And the fire department came. I mean, I was a wreck. I was bouncing off the walls because I'm so concerned. I said, "I can't be sick. I can't be sick. I've got to look after." Do you think about when you get married, for better or worse, richer or poorer? In other words, do you think ahead? Well, down the line, one of us could fall and break a hip. I mean, one of us could become incapacitated. How will I feel when that happens?
It's a measure of her commitment to the marriage and to her role as caregiver that she'll be with him until his dying day.
I think at least I will then have carried it to the very end. I don't really know how I'll feel when it happens. I mean, it's hard to anticipate that, actually, a death occurring, but I just hope that he'll peacefully die in his sleep one night, and he will not have ever had to leave his home, and I will have been able to keep him here for his whole